Good morning, Lucy. Is now a good time to talk?
Hey, Betty. Good morning. Sure thing. What's up?
It's about Frank. Has he been busy lately or something?
I wouldn't say so. He's home from work at the same time as always.
Is he tired then?
Not really. He just seems like his same old self to me. Why do you ask?
Lucy, you are keeping my son satisfied by fulfilling your womanly duties to him, aren't you? You know, in the bedroom.
Well, we do sleep in the same bed.
In that case, why haven't you given me any grandchildren yet? You've been married for an entire year already. What are you waiting for, the second coming of Christ? Wait, you're not infertile, are you?
Listen, Betty, I know you're my mom-in-law, but this is ultimately mine and Frank's decision. It's not that we don't want kids one day, but we're going at our own pace, and we'll get there when we're ready. We'd really like it if you could be a little more patient.
I've been doing nothing but being patient with you. My cousin Nora got married after you two, but she already gave birth to twins. And you know Graham from across the street? His daughter gave birth last week. Why does everyone seem to be having babies except you and my son? I'm the only one in my friend group without any grandkids, and the embarrassment is killing me.
I guess we just haven't been blessed with any yet.
You'll never be blessed if you don't do the deed. Goodness me, Lucy, didn't you learn how this works in school? Do I seriously have to spell it out? I wait, and I wait, and I wait, but the news never comes. And I hate to have to bring this up, but I feel I have no choice. You've been getting fatter and fatter ever since you and my son got married. Don't you think your blubbery rolls might have something to do with him not wanting to go near you anymore?
This is a very delicate issue. And I understand how you feel, Betty. Really, I do. We are thinking about it, we just haven't made our minds up yet. We'd really appreciate if you could give us some more time.
I know it's delicate, dear. Do you think I enjoy talking about this? The reason I brought it up is precisely because I have been waiting, but you've made no progress. Be honest, are you infertile? How is it possible that you can't be pregnant after an entire year of marriage? There must be something going on.
I get checked at my gynecologist every year. He says everything's in working order.
I wonder, could it really be? I just can't believe you haven't given me any grandchildren yet.
Me and Frank would love to have kids one day. Believe me, Betty. It's something we've always talked about. But it's also not a decision to be taken lightly. So with all due respect, please understand that and let us decide at our own pace.
Would it really kill you to say, "Okay, we'll do our best"? You can see how worried I am. Put an old dear's mind at rest, why don't ya?
Of course we plan on doing our best.
Plan on? Pfft. Don't forget your position in this family, young lady. You're a stay-at-home housewife.
I work part-time.
What as? A part-time stay-at-home housewife? I can't think of a better way to describe you, actually. How is it that you hardly ever have to work, and yet you still can't even fulfill your basic responsibilities as a woman? Back in my day, women got divorced on the spot if they showed any resistance to being a mother. The world's gone to the dogs, I tell ya. It's time you knew your place, young lady.
Understood.
Don't worry, I'll be passing the message on to my son. I'll have you eating for two before you know what's hit you. What's a baker without any buns in the oven? Get to work.
Hey, Betty. The peaches just arrived. Thanks a bunch.
I'm glad to hear they made it safely. I went out of my way to have them sent over from the most respected peach farmer in America. They cost more than $10 each.
Wow, these are some luxurious peaches. I didn't even know they got that expensive. We're really grateful. Thank you. Frank loves peaches. He'll be over the moon when he sees them.
Make sure you eat your fill, too. I'm looking forward to hearing all about what you think of them.
Betty, I'm really sorry, but I'm allergic to peaches. Always have been. I can't eat these.
Uh-huh. Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. But that doesn't mean I'm any less grateful. It really means a lot that you went out of your way to send us something so special. Frank can have my half, and I just know he's gonna love them.
But they really are the most exquisite peaches you'll ever have the privilege of eating. Would it really hurt you to try one? Go on, just take a teeny-weeny little bite.
Sorry, but I really can't. My allergy is pretty severe. Even just one bite would have me break out in rashes all over my body.
Don't be silly, that's probably only from eating cheap, low-quality peaches. There's no way you've eaten anything this high quality before. Luxury could never be bad for you. Go on, just take a little bite. Anyway, even if you did have a reaction, what's the harm in a little rash? I bet you've never collapsed or gone into shock, have you?
Well, I've never had anything that extreme, but aside from the hive-like rashes that break out all over my body, I also get super itchy. I haven't had an outbreak since I was a kid, but they're so uncomfortable. I remember the feeling like it was yesterday.
Oh, stop being such a drama queen, you'll be fine. You're missing out on the chance of a lifetime if you don't try one. They're the sweetest, most succulent, most exquisite peaches you'll ever sink your teeth into. You absolutely have to try them.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm sorry, I just can't. The thought alone scares me. I'm gonna have to pass.
I see how it is. It's very clear how much I want you to try one, but you're dead set on refusing me, aren't you? To think you won't even take a little bite. You know, Lucy, it's considered good manners to eat things given to you by your superiors, even if they're things you don't like. They say your boss came into work with some cakes she made. I bet you'd eat one even if you didn't really like the look of them out of politeness, wouldn't you? Which only makes your refusal of my supreme kindness and boundless generosity even more despicable. I am your mother-in-law, young lady.
This isn't about me not liking peaches. It's about me being severely allergic and coming out in whole body rashes when I eat them. That said, no, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna eat something I don't want to eat just because the person who gave me it happens to be above me on the social ladder, professionally or otherwise.
You have an answer for everything, don't you? You think you're so clever. Is defying me a hobby of yours? Are you going out of your way to annoy me as much as possible?
No, I'm really not.
Oh, and that's not all. I have a bone to pick with you, young lady. My son told me off for what I said to you about getting pregnant. He told me I had no right to say any of that to you. I bet you were straight off filling his head with lies, painting me as some domineering authoritarian. All I was doing was trying to provide some gentle encouragement because you two are clearly not capable of delivering the goods yourselves.
I just told him what you said to me.
You didn't have to go and do that. The idea was that you were supposed to do what needed to be done to get his juices flowing so he'd be in the mood to make babies, you simpleton. Why did my son have to marry the most thick-headed woman on the planet? You should know that all of our relatives will be at my uncle's wake next week. The thought of inviting such a tactless dullard to such an important family event is so terrifying it keeps me awake at night. I keep having these premonitions where you put your foot in the most awkward, embarrassing way and make me look like a fool in front of the whole family.
Don't worry, I'll be careful not to cause you any problems.
I hope that's true. Forget it, I'm wasting my breath. It's obvious by now that everything I say to you goes in one ear and straight out the other. Just see to it that you don't do anything that affects my stellar reputation in this family, or there'll be hell to pay.
Lucy, what's going on? Why would you go home all of a sudden when my mom's in such a bad way?
Because your mom collapsed.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, is this because she said all those things to you recently? Look, I guess she can come across as too direct and lack delicacy sometimes. But surely you can see how going home when everyone's running around in a panic trying to get her help is crossing the line?
Are you at the hospital now?
Yeah, she's receiving treatment as we speak. They still don't know what caused it, though.
It was all her fault.
Huh? What? Are you seriously saying it's my mom's own fault she collapsed? How can you say that with such confidence? No way. This doesn't add up. What did you do that made my mom start foaming at the mouth and collapse all of a sudden? She was unconscious, goddammit!
I didn't do anything. She drank the coffee that was intended for me. There must have been washing detergent or something else not meant for human consumption in it.
What?
That coffee was meant as a malicious prank to embarrass me in front of the entire family. I noticed the weirdest smell just as I went to drink it. So I swapped it for her coffee while she wasn't looking. That's when she started foaming at the mouth and collapsed, right? I'm well within my rights to be pissed off when someone tries to poison me, Frank. I'm lucky I noticed it before she got her way. Because it would have been me lying in that hospital bed if she did.
Is this for real?
Yes, I can prove it. So I know there's a chance you won't believe me. But that coffee was originally meant for me.
I'm sorry. Damn it! What the hell does my mom think she's doing? She's the worst!
It's okay, sweetie. I'm sorry for hightailing it out of the house without explaining what happened. I should have spoken to you, but I was so mad I could barely contain myself. But I've been putting up with her harassment for so long now. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't forgive her this time.
When you say harassment, do you mean stuff other than pestering you about grandkids?
Remember that box of peaches she sent us the other day?
Yeah, you couldn't eat them because you're allergic, right?
Here's the thing. Your mom knows full well I'm allergic to peaches. I remember telling her about it after we just got married. Now I might be able to entertain the idea she'd forgotten about it, if she hadn't seemed super curious and kept asking me all sorts of questions about how bad it was back then.
Wow, seriously? Still though, it was over a year ago. Don't you think there's even a small chance she forgot?
Maybe. Just maybe I would if this was the first time she'd done it. But a few months back, she sent us that box of souvenirs full of candy with peach extract in it. I don't know exactly which part of the peach it is that gives me the reaction, so I play it safe by avoiding all of it. But it seems like she's sending everything she possibly can to try and make me have a flare-up. I told her back then I can't eat stuff with peach in it, so it's impossible for me to believe it's a coincidence.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Lucy. I should never have gone through any of this. I had no idea at all. To think this was going on under my nose this whole time. Gah!
Don't apologize, Frank. I'm at fault here too. I should have told you. It's just that I didn't want to rock the boat with her being your mom and all, so I figured it'd be best to keep my head down. I know that was stupid now. Keeping it all bottled up inside did nothing but stress me out. I'm sorry to say this, but there's no hope of me ever getting on with your mom. Me and her are done.
Don't apologize, babe. But my mom's the one in the wrong here. She should have never treated you like she did. I'm amazed you managed to tolerate her for so long. I mean, Jesus! She even went as far as trying to poison you. Who knows what could have happened if that went wrong? You could have died for all she knew. Who the hell puts washing detergent in someone's coffee? She deserves everything that happens to her.
Thank you so much for believing me, Frank. But what should I do? It just dawned on me that she might try saying it was me who put the washing detergent in her drink.
Don't worry about that. I'm gonna have the coffee pot tested by a professional. I'll also let the rest of the family know what's going on in advance, so no one believes her lies if she starts pointing the finger. I'm so sorry I doubted you, babe, even if it was just for a second. You don't have a thing to worry about now, because I got your back. I'm gonna protect you no matter what.
Lucy, are you there? It'll finally be time for me to leave the hospital tomorrow. But you haven't been to visit me a single time. My son's just as bad. He's ignoring all my messages for some reason. Care to explain yourselves?
Hey, Betty, I decided I want nothing more to do with you. Frank feels the same way. That's why I need you to refrain from messaging me like this from now on. Thanks.
What are you talking about? You really are a floundering disappointment of a daughter-in-law. How can you both be so cold towards me at a time like this? I'm weak enough as it is without my own family turning against me. Where's my sympathy?
Sympathy for what? It's your fault you collapsed in the first place.
What on earth could possibly make you say that? I've never heard anything so ridiculous. The doctors told me why I collapsed. They said it was because there was a foreign substance in my coffee. So please think before you open your mouth, darling. You'll only keep embarrassing yourself if you don't. I'll never be able to acknowledge you as my son's wife if you keep acting like such a moron. I tell you what, why don't you just do us all a favor and divorce him right now?
Give it a break, Mom! It's Frank. I'm with Lucy. I saw all your messages.
Frank, why haven't you been replying to me lately? I'm so lonely.
You should be grateful I even brought your purse and insurance card to the hospital.
Frank, please. Why is Lucy always so cold towards me? This has been her attitude ever since you two got married. I think she might be infertile too. Don't you think it's time you started thinking seriously about your future, sweetie? You're still young. There's still time for you to find someone else.
But I don't want anyone else. I made a lifetime vow to Lucy when we got married, and I'm sticking to it. Nothing you say will change that.
Good grief. Why won't you use some sense, boy?
Where's the sense? Go on, I'm listening. Where's the sense in trying to poison my wife with washing detergent?
Excuse me?
The doctors told you they found a foreign substance in your body, right?
Yes.
I had the contents of the coffee pot sent off to a lab. The results came in, and I have a list of the chemicals I found inside it. They were 100% matched with the washing detergent in your kitchen cupboard. You were the one who poured everyone's coffee, right? I know you tried to make Lucy drink it.
No, you're wrong. Yes, maybe it was me who poured the coffee, but I'm pretty sure it was Lucy who have brewed it in the pot beforehand. Lucy did this. Think about it, son. I'm the one lying in a hospital bed here. Why would I poison myself? I know it might be hard to accept, but your wife is the only person who could be behind this.
I asked all of our relatives who came to the wake, and luckily there were several witnesses. When Lucy got up to go and brew the coffee, you stopped her and insisted you'd do it instead.
Really? I'm certain that's not how it happened. Are you sure these witnesses of yours don't just have bad memories?
You kept forcing Lucy to do chores that day, didn't you? She was visibly exhausted, but you just demanded more of her. One of our relatives felt bad for her and offered to help. But you told him to sit down and relax because Lucy would be taking care of everything around the house for the day. That's why they thought it was weird when you made an exception to go out of your way to stop her brewing the coffee and insisted on doing it yourself. You should know that there were several witnesses.
Even if, for argument's sake, all that were true, why would I poison myself by drinking my own washing detergent-laced coffee? I collapsed while foaming at the mouth, for crying out loud.
That's because Lucy noticed you're up to something and swapped your cups while you weren't looking.
She did what?
Still, she wouldn't have guessed in a million years you're trying to poison her with freaking washing detergent. No matter how you look at it, this is 100% your fault, and you got what you deserved. I don't think you need me to tell you how dangerous what you did was after you collapsed and got put in hospital. But you don't know how Lucy would have reacted to that stuff. You could have killed my wife for all you knew. We'll be well within our rights to report you to the cops.
Frank, please hold on a second. Hear me out, okay? I only wanted to give her a little fright, that was all.
You finally admitted then.
I'm sorry.
That's not me you should be apologizing to. Besides, no amount of apologizing will take back what you did. We'll never forgive you for as long as we live.
Please, darling, I said I'm sorry. I never thought it would turn into such a big drama. What else was I supposed to do? That girl never listens to a word I say. I was just trying to instill some discipline in her is all.
Just be quiet. There's no excuse for what you did. You disgust me. I never want to see you again. I'm grateful for you raising me, but you need to leave us alone from now on. You can keep my inheritance. I don't want it.
Frank, please wait. I'm begging you, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I was full of regret over what I did when I woke up in this hospital bed.
Frank's driving now. He can't reply anymore.
Lucy? Driving? Are you outside?
Yep, we just went to collect the results on the coffee pot contents from the lab.
Do you think maybe there's a chance you could come and see me at the hospital on your way back? I want to apologize to you in person. Please stop saying you never want to see me again. You have no idea how much it hurts.
We wouldn't come to the hospital if you paid us.
Lucy, please. I'm so sorry. I mean it. I've never been this sorry about anything in my life.
I've always known you don't like me. You did nothing but send us food you know I can't eat ever since we got married. You say the nastiest, most hurtful things to me when Frank's not around. Anyone else would have probably ended the relationship then and there. But for some reason, I thought it was possible for us to get along somehow. And I thought that if I just stuck at it, things would work out in the end.
My Frank's been spending all his time with you ever since you got married. You stole my son away from me. I've been so lonely. The only reason I urged you to have children so passionately was because being surrounded by so many happy families made me feel so acutely aware of how the clock's always ticking. And I didn't want you to wait until it was too late. But I realize that was wrong now. I'll never overstep my bounds again. I'll acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law.
I'd rather you didn't. We're breaking off all ties with you.
No, please. Don't even say things like that. I'm so sorry.
If you were really sorry, you wouldn't be pestering us to come and visit you in the hospital. The only reason you were being so cocky was because you had no idea we knew about your little washing detergent stunt. We can't associate with someone who thinks like you. You're dangerous.
Lucy, please, will you find it in your heart to forgive me? I'm ready to turn over a new leaf. I'll be extra kind to you from now on.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn you were just telling Frank to dump me and find someone else. Let's face it, Betty, this conversation is pointless. How about you do the human race a favor by crawling under a rock, where you can never bother anyone again? We never saw Betty again after that. But not knowing when to give up, she tried spreading lies about me being the culprit behind her poisoning amongst the family when she got discharged from the hospital. Thankfully, since Frank saw it coming and prepared them all in advance, it backfired miserably and she became the target of a torrent of ruthless criticism. She became completely alienated, and now she's living out her retirement in loneliness and isolation. Between the shock of being disowned by her beloved son and her entire family finding out that she tried poisoning me with washing detergent, her spirit was broken, and she stopped leaving the house almost entirely. She was cited by a neighbor who also happens to be my friend lately. Apparently, she looked like she'd aged about 10 years since she last saw her. And she looked so run down and worn out by life that my friend wasn't even sure it was her at first. Even still, I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for her. She really did deserve everything that happened to her. We moved far, far away just to make extra sure we'd never see the mother-in-law from hell again. And we're currently enjoying life in the new house we bought. Half a year after she collapsed, I finally fell pregnant, and now we're making preparations for our son to be born. We didn't tell her back when she was sticking her nose in because we didn't feel like it was her business. But the truth is, we've been trying for a baby for a very long time, and we're overjoyed now we finally have one on the way. I just know that if she was still in our lives, I'd never hear the end of the correct way to be pregnant or the correct way to raise a baby boy. It wasn't plain sailing, and we rode out our fair share of rough seas to get here. But after cutting all ties with Betty, we've never been happier. My priority now is building a happy household full of love and warmth with my amazing, supportive husband and the baby boy we've got on the way. I can't wait to see what the future brings.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Winnie, I just got home. Where are you?
What? Wait a sec. You're home already? Didn't you have that leaving party with the guys from work today?
Chris from accounting came down with the flu. The party was meant to be for him in the first place, so we didn't see much point in going ahead with it without the star of the show. Looks like we're not gonna get a chance to say our goodbyes now.
Huh? Wasn't today his last day at the company? Oh no, that's a real shame.
No kidding! He was such a swell guy. It's gonna suck not having him around, too. I have his number, though, so we can always arrange something once he's feeling up to it. How about you? You doing overtime?
Yep, you guessed it. I'm still at work right now.
I see. Didn't you say you were just gonna chill on the sofa with a hot chocolate while watching cheesy rom-com DVDs today?
That was the plan, but I remembered something urgent I had to deal with at work, and before I knew it, the boss was asking me to stay overtime. I thought you were going out to drink with your buddies, so I thought I may as well make a little extra money.
Fair enough. How much longer do you think you'll be tonight?
I think I'll probably be done in about an hour from now. Sorry about this, babe. He always gets me at the worst times. I don't mind if you eat without me.
Nah, it's all good. I don't mind waiting an hour. Leave the cooking to me tonight. What should I do? I know. Burgers! It's burgers for supper tonight.
Jackpot. Sounds great, honey. Thank you. I'm so sorry, babe. I know it was supposed to be my turn to cook tonight, but I guess our plans just didn't go, well, to plan.
It's fine. Work stuff can't be helped. You did think it was going out drinking with the guys. It is what it is.
It feels like forever since I ate your burgers. I seriously can't wait. They always were your best dish.
Hey, stop, babe. You're embarrassing me. I thought it made sense, what with us having all that leftover meat in the fridge and all. House salad and french fries, too.
Oh no. Actually, can we put the brakes on the burgers tonight? I just remembered I had them for lunch today. I'm so sorry, hun. Would you mind cooking something else? I'd feel kind of weird twice in one day, and all that meat would be heavy on my stomach.
I see. Well, I guess I don't really mind. Okay, I'll make something else. Leave it to me.
Sorry to be such a pain in the butt, honey. Even though you were going out of your way to make them for me. I feel guilty, lol.
Don't sweat it. It's nothing, really. Good luck with work. I hope it goes quickly.
Thank you. I'll finish up here as quickly as I possibly can. I'll message you when I clock out, okay?
Sure thing. Winnie, you there? You got a minute? I want to ask you something.
What is it, honey?
Want to go on a vacation together at the end of the month? Even if it's just one night away somewhere?
Huh? Vacation? Where'd this come from all of a sudden?
Well, the last weekend of the month is going to be a long weekend for Martin Luther King Day. Not only that, but we're getting pretty close to our anniversary now. I figured it'd be a good opportunity to celebrate. Don't you think it'd be nice to celebrate it while away somewhere nice on vacation? Been ages since we had a proper break.
You're right. It is our wedding anniversary next month. But, Glenn, I'm sorry.
How come? Don't you want to go?
Well, the thing is, work assigned me to a business trip that starts that day. I just agreed to it today. If I had any idea you were going to ask me to go on vacation, I would have said no.
Huh? But what about the long weekend? You're gonna be away with work for a public holiday? Do companies do that? I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, normally I do get Sundays and public holidays off. But this time's an exception, and they've asked me to work on it. They're opening up a new branch over in Connecticut and asked if I'd be able to fly over and help them get everything set up. I'm one of the more senior employees, and there wasn't anyone else they could ask.
I see. Damn, that's a shame.
It really is. I'm gutted about this, Glenn. I would have loved to come with you. I'm so sorry.
Don't be silly. It's not your fault, Winnie. I just thought it might be nice to let your hair down again after such a long time. We haven't been on any dates lately.
But we did go out together the other day, right?
Together? Wait, you mean when we went to the supermarket inside the shopping mall together? If that's what counts as a date now, I'm seriously worried about us.
Well, it might not exactly be the most glamorous romantic outing between a guy and a girl there ever was, but we did technically go out together.
Come on, babe, don't call that a date. This is just sad.
Sorry, honey, I'm only kidding.
I'm serious though. We've hardly done anything together for the last 6 months. Used to feel like every other day we were going out on some kind of outing or adventure together.
Really?
Yeah. We both have Sunday as our day off, so it's not like the opportunity isn't there. Just seems like you're always been too busy to do anything lately.
It's true. It's just been one thing after another lately. if it's not a friend's wedding, it's a friend coming over to hang out, or my favorite band deciding to play locally and leaving me no choice but to buy a ticket. Now that you mention it, it's true. We haven't been able to spend our days off together much lately. I've just been so rushed, I never really got the chance to stop and think about it. But don't worry, when this business trip is over, I'll make time for us. I promise, sweetie.
Really?
Yes, I do want to spend time with you, you know, Glenn. You are my dear darling husband after all.
Huh. Hard to believe sometimes. I'm glad to hear you say it, though. Thanks, babe.
Don't say things like that. You're my sugar dumpling and you know it. But I'm really sorry about the holiday. I mean, it's such a shame. I think a nice vacation together after all this time would have been just what we both needed. I'll make up for it. I promise. Pinky promise.
Okay, babe. I'll hold you to that. Listen, Winnie. I want you to know that I think a lot of you. You're my everything, my world.
Why so serious all of a sudden? Stop it. You're embarrassing me, lol.
No, it's just... I wanted to let you know how I really feel about you. You see it all the time, don't you? Couples who drift apart because they don't discuss their feelings, even though they love each other? I never want us to be like that. I want us to get along forever and always. And I want us to be able to talk if there's ever something bothering one of us.
Me too, honey. But enough with this weirdness already. I'm gonna overheat with embarrassment. But seriously, I think a lot of you too, Glenn. You're my rock, and I'm so grateful for you always being there to support me.
I'm so glad to hear you feel that way. I hope it's true. I hope I really am supporting you and you're not just saying that. I just lack confidence.
You are supporting me, and that's the truth. What's gone into you, honey? This isn't like you at all. Are you feeling a little vulnerable today or something?
It's not that. I wonder. I've been doing a lot of thinking about us lately, what with that anniversary coming up and all, and I guess I'm just feeling a little emotional. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to get off my chest, but I've done it now, and I feel a lot better.
I see. I think so much of you, Glenn. You're my world, and I never want you to forget that. I hope that puts your mind at rest, baby.
Thank you. Whoops, my bad. I forgot you were still at work. Sorry if I'm messing up your flow. I hope your boss doesn't get angry with you.
Not at all. I'm on my lunch break right now, so we don't have to worry about him.
I'm gonna have to get back to work myself soon, too.
Got it. I'm really glad we had this heart-to-heart. I think talking about how we're feeling like this brings us closer together. Good luck with the work, sweetie pie.
I agree. You too, babe. I hope everything goes well today.
Glenn, hello. It's Winnie's mother.
Hey, Bertha, how's it going? Is something wrong? It's not like you to message me.
Is something wrong? Are you pulling my leg right now, young man? You know full well why I'm messaging you. Winnie's been admitted to the hospital.
Yes, I know. She got into an accident on the way back from her business trip.
In that case, why haven't you been to see her in the hospital?
What? I drove down as soon as I heard she's been admitted.
That hardly counts as a visit, does it? She's just been in a horrible accident. The least you could do is sit by her bedside and comfort her. You're supposed to be her husband. She's so shocked right now. How could you? The doctor says she'll be scarred for life. What kind of husband doesn't support his wife at times like this? Is this all she means to you? How could you treat her so awfully? Aren't you worried about her?
Nope. I have a lot of things to do right now. Tell you the truth, I'm super busy, and I don't have time to be giving her any attention. At least with her being in a hospital, things are a whole lot quieter around here now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying the peace and quiet.
How could you be so horrible? Your own wife's suffering on her own in a hospital bed, and this is your attitude? I'm lost for words. You're so cold and heartless. I'll have her divorce you for this, I swear!
Wow, you'd really do that for me? Why didn't you say so sooner? In that case, I'll be done with the divorce papers immediately.
Huh? Excuse me? You want to divorce my Winnie?
Yes, I've been thinking about it for a long time, actually. I had no idea you suggested. This is actually great. Means we can move things on much faster than I anticipated.
If by any chance, is this because my daughter no longer has use of her right leg? Is that why you're tossing her aside like a piece of garbage? Is that why you won't come and sit by her bedside in her hour of need?
Nope, all wrong. It's because Winnie didn't choose me.
She didn't choose you? What? What does that mean? What are you talking about?
You flew over the day after she got taken to the hospital in an ambulance, right?
That's right. I wanted to come immediately, but there was no flights available on the day it happened, so that was the best I could do.
Well, I got there immediately after she arrived at the hospital. She still hadn't woken up by then.
I know that. What's your point?
Do you know the other person who was involved in the accident?
It was her boss from work, wasn't it? They were coming back from the airport by car after getting back from their business trip to Connecticut when the accident happened, as far as I know.
My wife and her boss are having an affair. They got involved in an accident on the way back from their lover's vacation.
What? No, this can't be. She wouldn't. You're joking, right? Why would you say something like that at a time like this?
I'm not joking. She would, and it is. It's the truth. I have proof to back up what I'm saying, too. I've had my suspicions for a while, and I hired a private investigator to look into her a month ago. I already phoned her company and confirmed it with them. I thought it was strange that they sent her on a business trip during a public holiday, so I gave them a call. And lo and behold, it was all a lie. The business trip didn't exist.
No way. My Winnie did that? Are you sure she's having an affair? Is that why you wouldn't visit her in the hospital?
Yes. I had a feeling they might be secretly going on holiday together. I knew something was off ever since she started acting distant. And I'm not the type to just sit on something that's bothering me. I've been trying to figure out what was going on for a while. I've been doing plenty of work on my own. But my worst fears came true when I rushed to the hospital and looked inside her travel bags.
Her travel bags? The ones up on the shelf?
I think it's for the best you don't look inside those bags, Bertha. They're full of pictures of Winnie and her boss frolicking together on vacation. I've already received one hell of a shock myself. There's no sense in you getting upset too.
Oh my god, it's all true, isn't it? My own daughter is cheating on her husband. I feel sick. Glenn, I'm so sorry.
Please, don't apologize to me. It's not your fault, and you're not guilty of anything. You had no idea what was going on, and no way of knowing. It was hard enough for me to prove what she was doing, and I live with her. I think you were well within your rights to get mad at my attitude when you didn't know what was going on, so I don't hold it against you one bit. You're a good mother. One more thing, and I'm really sorry about this. I did my best to see if we couldn't make it work a second time, but it seems hopeless. I think our relationship's beyond saving.
It's okay. You don't have anything to be sorry for. Winnie's the one who betrayed you. Anyone's feelings would disappear after finding out their wife was cheating on them with her boss. It's only natural. To think they even went on vacation behind your back. I'm so sorry for my daughter's behavior. There's no excuse for what she's done to you.
You don't have to apologize on her behalf. I'm gonna tell her I'm filing for divorce soon. There will probably be all kinds of inconvenient stuff for you guys to deal with on your end, but it has to be done. I'm counting on your support and understanding throughout the whole thing.
Glenn, I'm so sorry. Can I have one more chance? I'm begging you. Please, will you come to the hospital one more time? I want you to hear out what I have to say. If you still want out after that, I'll respect your decision. Please.
I won't be coming to see you in the hospital, or hearing out anything you have to say ever again. Can you hand the divorce papers over to your mom after you've filled them in and signed them? I'm leaving the rest to her after that.
Please, Glenn, just come and see me so we can talk things through one last time. There's no need to do anything brash. I'm in a hospital bed and I can't move. Please, honey. Please just find it in your heart to come and see me one last time.
I don't want to see you.
Don't say that. I regret what I did. I'm disgusted with the way I behaved. How could I betray the one I love by having a stupid, meaningless affair? I'm such an idiot, and I'm filled with nothing but regret. I'll never forgive myself as long as I live.
It's too little too late. Maybe if you'd realized how important I was to you a little earlier, things could have been different. There was a time when I probably would have still given us another chance.
You've known for a month now, haven't you? I had no idea you saw us together back around the time of Chris from accounting's leaving party. I didn't see you at all.
I knew something fishy was going on way before that, Winnie. Seeing you together that day only confirmed my suspicions. You became super cold and distant. Started coming home late from work every single night. You started going out on your days off because you had urgent business to attend to. A part of me did think that maybe that's just how things were once you've been married for someone for 3 years. But something just felt off. I had this weird feeling in my gut that I just couldn't shake.
A feeling in your gut?
I just felt like you changed somehow, and I couldn't quite put my finger on why. You notice these things when you've been with someone for years. You know when they're happy, you know when something's bothering them. You know when they're lying to you.
I'm so sorry. I'll never betray you again, I swear. That's why I'm begging you, please, honey. Don't throw away what we've got. Please, will you just reconsider one last time?
If I'm so important to you, why did you cheat on me? If you regret it that much, surely you wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Well, at first, I felt like I couldn't refuse him because he was my boss. I like my job. I didn't want things to get difficult at work because of him. So I just went along with it. I didn't know what else to do.
Shall we report him to the police then?
What?
If he abused his position to force you into a relationship against your will, we have more than enough grounds to take him to court. That would make you a victim in all this, so you'd have to give a police statement and testify against him.
No, please, we can't do that. I may have given him the wrong impression at times.
Ugh. I do wish you'd stop lying. You make me sick.
Lying? What do you mean?
Your boss's wife showed me his phone. He's still unconscious after the accident. I saw your entire chat history. Your declarations of love, your promises of lifelong commitment, the vomit-inducing love heart spam. All of it. Me and his wife looked at the entire chat history from the moment the two of you met until the accident.
I'm so sorry.
You said pretty clearly on several occasions that you both fell for each other. Doesn't read to me like he forced you to do anything. In fact, seems like you were on board every step of the way. You said you had a thing for him since the moment you laid eyes on him. I felt so awful for his wife finding out about everything for the first time while he was lying unconscious in a hospital bed. She was a mess. Turned her whole world upside down.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else I can say, other than that I regret what I did, and I love you more than anything.
If you were that sorry, if you were that filled with regret, if you loved me that much, you wouldn't have done it. And it's as simple as that. Actions speak louder than words, Winnie. You wanted to cheat on me so badly that you were willing to risk divorce to get what you wanted. I wish you would have just divorced me and dated him out of the open from the get-go.
No, you're wrong. It's not true. I know you're just gonna think I'm making excuses because your mind's made up about me, but I wasn't serious about him, I swear. You're the most important person to me. You're my world, my rock, my sugar dumpling. I only have eyes for you, baby, I swear.
If that was true, you wouldn't have cheated on me with your boss. If you really weren't serious about him, that hurts even more. The idea that you turned down on a vacation with me to go with a lover you weren't even serious about instead stings like hell.
That was going to be the last time we did anything. My mind was already made up when you invited me. I was ready to end it with him once and for all. I was just searching for the right opportunity.
But you didn't, did you? It's all just talk. In any case, you can beg and plead as much as you like, but I can't look at you that way anymore. I feel sick just thinking about you because I can't help but imagine what kind of things you and Loverboy were getting up to behind my back this whole time.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please just give me one more chance. I'm begging you. Please, 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 please.
If you're genuinely sorry for what you've done, you'll sign the divorce papers and hand them over to your mom ASAP. It seems like mine and your definitions of important are very different. You don't deserve any more chances. After that, the divorce went through without a hitch. Winnie was adamant she didn't want to divorce me, but her mom and dad ran out of patience with her and gave her the telling off of a lifetime in front of the doctor while she lay crying in her hospital bed. With that, she reluctantly signed the papers. Complications from the accident caused her to permanently lose use of her right leg. As for her boss, he finally came around a couple days ago, but apparently he's permanently crippled from the waist down. Turns out the accident was about as serious as it gets, and they're both lucky to be alive. Needless to say, her boss's wife also filed for a divorce. He didn't want to accept it either, and I hear he's currently stubbornly clinging to her while desperately begging her not to go through with it. Given the situation, it doesn't seem like him and my ex-wife have a future together. Even if they did, what do I care? She's a stranger to me now, and she's free to do what she wants. Due to them both lying to their families about being on a business trip to go on their seedy lovers vacation, word of the affair got out at work after I phoned the company to inquire. Between their reputations being at rock bottom and the injuries they both suffered, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to continue working there for long. But I don't have an ounce of sympathy for either of them. If they hadn't had the affair, neither of them would be paralyzed, and they'd both still have jobs. They'll both bear the responsibility of what they did for the rest of their lives. As for me, I've finally been able to come to terms with the fact I got cheated on. And as if to shed the skin of my old life, I'm ready to start again with a positive, forward-facing attitude. I did carry on going to work throughout this whole episode, but needless to say, my head was a mess and I was far from my usual self. To tell you the truth, there are a lot of things from this period that I don't even remember. I guess it's just my mind's way of coping with things. Finding out about the affair took its toll on me. And looking back on it now, it was wrong, but I started questioning myself and even finding reasons why I might be to blame. Even when the private investigators showed me the proof, I was so blown away that I found myself unable to take action until a couple of weeks had passed. Somehow, even in spite of seeing the evidence with my own eyes, part of me wanted to believe it wasn't real and that there had been some kind of mistake. But of course, I could only go on denying reality for so long. And eventually, I faced up to what had happened and did what I needed to do. There's no doubt about it, though. It was the most stressful time of my life. On a positive note, I started talking about what I went through with my friends after the divorce, and I feel like my head's in a much better place these days. I'm lucky to have such a loving family, such a great circle of friends, and such supportive colleagues. I want to be the best version of myself I could possibly be, so that time ever comes, I'm there to support them when they need it. Happiness takes many forms. and I'm working as hard as I can to find my own unique version of it. All while reminding myself to be grateful for what I do have and looking towards the future.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.